Great day. Hey, welcome to the House of Cons. I'm Blackjack. Y'all know what it is. Hey, it's Friday, January 12th, 2024. We're about to get into it one more time. Editing History, Part 8. And we talking to Americans, my naga. The American people, my naga. And we saw the thumbnail. We're going to look at it one more time from a third eye point of view, not a bird eye point of view. Yeah, we talking to American people, my naga. The American people, you know, people like you and I. We looked at this a couple of live streams back, and we did our little investigation, and we connected a few dots, and we're looking at it one more time. We pointing out the cultural dress. We pointing out the fact that the two images are the same. And for those who don't remember where the images come from, we're going to talk about them. By the way, I'm Blackjack. If you're new to the house, hit the like, subscribe, share the video. And if you want to support monetarily, we got the Cash App at the top of the screen, cash.app/$ House of Cons. We also got memberships on deck. If you want to become a member, hit the $ in the chat. And there's an option to become a member at whatever level you choose. So yeah, get with the House of Cons, get your membership, my naga. We doing it big over here. We connecting dots that everybody else was missing, but I noticed a lot of people taking notice, because I'm noticing more and more people looking at the dots. We connecting and they speaking on them, which is all good. We want them to spread the word. We want everybody to know what we know. We ain't got nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? We want our props and we want our respect when we making the waves first, of course. But a lot of people starting to take notice. I'm noticing how Google search engines are changing. I'm noticing how other people are making comparisons that we've made, and I know where they got it from. You know what I'm saying? To say that the House of Cons ain't make a dent in the game would be foolish. A salute, be more Bigfoot in the house, tribe up. So we know we making headway, because we know a lot of the things that we do, other people are mimicking it, and that's good. You know, if we doing something good and other people are mimicking what we doing, they spreading the word, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I've been noticing like how we compare these pictures from a third eye point of view. No one was really doing this. We did it first. No one was really saying, slow down, let's take this picture and compare it with that picture, and let's just see what we see. You know, we set that trend off. And it's a lot more people doing it now, I notice, and it's all good. Like I said, I'm happy for that, because a lot of people are slowing down and smelling the roses. They're not just taking anything that's been told and running with it. And that's the impact that we want to make. That impact is better than all the big numbers and having all the subscribers. Hey, that's all good too. Having all the subscribers, that's all good too. But if the research that the House of Cons is doing is affecting the game, regardless of subscriber count, I take that. I prefer to be affecting hundreds of thousands of people than to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And I know for a fact that our work is doing that over here. Salute, tribe, but thanks to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into it. Yup. We're gonna talk about who the real American people is, man. This Editing History Part 8. They've been lying for a long time. It's time we clean up the mess. And in that thumbnail we was looking at, you know, we was showing off this picture, the so-called mall with the emerald clusters. And like I say, we pay attention to everything. We don't just gloss over stuff over here. Like we noticing the crown feathers, it's in gold, but these are feathers. We noticing the shell necklace. We noticing the shell armband. We noticing the medallion. We noticing the leg shell bands, the leg bands made of shells. We noticing all of this because it's for one, it's sweet. The nagas had style. And like I say, when we look at another image and we see the same thing, we see the shell leg bands, we see the armbands, we see the feathers going up in the same manner, and we see the naga. Of course, we know we're looking at the same thing, right? We know for this the American people, the American Indians, because the picture on the right, which we talked about on the previous live stream, we all know where it came from. We talked about it. That picture was Columbus returning to Spain with American Indians he kidnapped. That's where this comes from. So we comparing the painting of Columbus returning to Spain with American Indians. When we compare that with the with the so-called Moor with the emerald clusters, we see the same thing. From the armbands to the lead bands to the feather crowns to the naga, we see the same thing. So we know that this is the depiction of an American Indian. It's not an African, no matter what someone foolish may want to try to tell you. This is American Indian being depicted here. And you know, modern day racism and everything else will tell you otherwise. But we know what we're looking at, because when we go, like I say, when we go back to Columbus's return to Spain with the American Indians he captured and enslaved, we see the exact same imagery. We see the same imagery. So we know we on the trail of truth when we discover these things. You know, like I say, a lot of people moving too fast. They want to say, okay, yeah, some Negroes, well, nothing to see here, and they want to move on. But no, you have to slow down. You have to prove it with a mountain of evidence of what we're talking about. Nobody else has evidence like us. The game is over, y'all. Honestly, it's everybody just gonna come and acknowledge it slowly, and I'm gonna show you what I mean, how we've been changing the game. All right, so it's something else I wanted to point out about this. That image of the Moor with the emerald clusters, the so-called Moor with the emerald clusters, which is American Indian. This sculpture was created by Balthasar Permoser. Balthasar Permoser. Now this is the guy that created the so-called. He sculpted the Moor with the emerald clusters. He knew all about what American Indian looked like. He was a great sculptor. We're gonna read all about him and see. If you look down here in his work comes up. Now there's somebody put African couple here, but we clearly see those American Indians. They got on feathered headdresses. I doubt those are Africans. All right, so let's just click on, before we go to his story, let's click on images and see what other work he got out here. It's gonna be mostly American Indians besides this kind of stuff. And like I say, they're gonna put all this stuff first. They're not gonna show you the other stuff. Of course, they're not gonna show you the Indian stuff first. They'll put all this and put you at the back, Managa. You're not that important to them. In their eyes, you're not that important. But then you start strolling down, and here it go. You start getting to them, right? And there's our guy, right? The Moor with the emerald clusters. There's our guy. So Balthasar Permoser is the sculptor that made these. Anybody ever heard about Balthasar Permoser? Hit me up in the chat and let me know if you heard of Balthasar Permoser. Has anybody in our space over here on YouTube talked about Balthasar Permoser? Has anybody done it? Or did the House of Cons do it first? Just let me know. It don't really matter, but just let me know, because I'm just saying, we trying to make waves. We trying to always do it first. All right, so Balthasar Permoser. He was born on August 13th, 1651, and he died in 1732. Was among the leading sculptors of his generation. So he was a leading sculptor. He was a leading sculptor of his generation from the mid 1600s to the early 1700s. And he sculpted American Indians, right? So this is not just some bum. This is the leading sculptor worldwide, whose evolving working styles span the late Baroque and early Rococo. Permoser was born in Kammer-Bewagen, Salzburg, today a part of Bavarian town of Traunstein. He's a Stein, huh? He was trained first in Salzburg, probably Jewish, in the workshop of Wolf the Younger, and in Vienna, he got to be Jewish, where he learned the art of ivory carving before he left in 1675 on the trip to Florence to work in Giovanni Battista Foggini, in whose studio he remained 14 years, maturing his style. Called to Dresden in 1689 by Johann George III, Elector of Saxony, he executed 2 monumental garden sculptures of Hercules in 1697, and on the way to Italy once more, he remained almost a year in his old haunts, during which he sculpted the Atlantis for the west doorway of the in the year 1704 to 1710. He worked at the near Berlin in Germany, right? So he sculpted the Atlantis In architectural sculpture, an atlas is a support sculpture in the form of a man which may take the place of a column, a period. Okay. All right. Then he returned to Dresden to collaborate with the architect Matthias Daniel Popelman. These nagas got some funny names. On the Zwinger Palace, built 1710 to 28 for Augustus the Strong, Elector of Saxony, where he provided full-blown Roman Baroque sculptural details. For the wall pavilion, he provided 6 of the 12 festive flexing, grimacing Atlantis, for which he is most remembered. For the Zwinger, he also provided the sculptures for the Nymphbad. Man, all this fork tongue Babylon, I don't even like reading this funny language. He died in Dresden. Okay, he died in Dresden. And there's more with the emerald, so-called more with the emerald clusters. Why they didn't call him an African, right? You got to peep that right there. Why they didn't just see a Moor can't be an African, right? Because if it was an African, they would just say an African with the emerald clusters. A Moor has to be something different than an African. All right. His most famous independent freestanding sculpture is an oval, life-size marble apotheosis of Prince Eugene. Man, F Prince Eugene. It ain't Prince from America. I don't want to hear about it. But most of he ain't got money. I don't want to read all this. He's the biggest sculptor of his time, probably the most famous sculpture of all time. And you know, he was depicting the Naga. He got other sculptures. They got little pictures of. Let's see what else he got real quick before I click all this. Ain't much here. All right. So the biggest sculpture, he depicting the Negro, and my, we see this with our gear on. I mean, like, they gotta steal our style, really, and our identity at the same time. I mean, why didn't Balthasar make a statue like that? Balthasar made his statue of the Nagas. And the painting of Columbus going back to Spain with American Indians, he enslaved, showing the same thing. Why is this different? Is someone lying to us? Why is this different? This is not what the American Indians are. According to Balthasar Permoser, the biggest sculpture to ever live, this is not what the Temuco looked like. According to Balthasar, it was this. And not only according to Balthasar, according to the artist that painted Columbus Return to Spain, they look like this, not this. So he got our shells on this. He got our leg band shells on. He got our medallions on. He got our arm shell bands on. This is an imposter. This is a motherfucking imposter. Salute, tribe boy. Y'all hit the like, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to support monetarily. We got the Cash App at the bottom of the screen, cash.app/$House of Cons. Now, we laying the foundation with that, and we talked about this before, but we gonna go somewhere else with this, because y'all ain't realized though that in the book, America being the latest description of the New World, we see the same thing. We see the armbands. And see, like, we connect dots over here, y'all, because it's like a court of law. You know, when evidence start piling up, somebody is guilty. You know, you got one piece of evidence that might be called circumstantial, but ain't no such thing as a whole lot of circumstantial evidence. Would you consider this circumstantial evidence that he's dressed the same way as Balthasar's statue? And that's the painting of Columbus's return to Spain with the American Indians he enslaved, not Africans. Would it be safe to say that it's culturally the same? From the book, America being the latest description of the New World, would it be fair to say that it's the same? Well, Black Jack is kind of different. Nah, Black Jack, that ain't the same. Oh, it ain't the same. Or what about this? That ain't the same. Or what about this? Especially this guy down here in the bottom holding the wood that you probably call the African slave with his French loincloth on, my knocker. Is that not the same? Salute, tribe boy. We connect dots over here. We don't take quick peeks and move on and say, oh, nothing to see here, just a couple of Negroes. Nothing to see here. No, that's not how we do it over here. That's not how we do it. So if you in a rush, you on the wrong channel. But if you willing to take your time and connect some real dots with me and understand your culture and your history, then you in the right place, my nigga. Because we also see the shell leg band again in the same image, my nigga. The shell leg band, just like Balthasar Permoser's sculpture. Hey, William Scruggs in the house, tribe. But William, you been on my mind, brother. I gotta call you. And I gotta call Brederick to get back on y'all tree. We gotta finish some unfinished business. I've been doing construction work lately and cut my leg and all kind of stuff, y'all. So I ain't mean to be this behind on it. But I'm gonna get with, matter of fact, William, I'm gonna get with you today, because I ain't doing no construction work today. I'm chilling at the house today after I go get my hair cut. And I'm gonna hit you back, Williams. We're gonna do a private live and go on and finish up that little business we was working on. But we see the same thing. We see the shells around his leg, just like Balthasar's sculpture. And in the same image though, we see the French loincloth on this brother, because we never all dress the same. We ain't dressed the same. What they think, we goofy? What they think, we a bunch of mini-me's running around? He's dressed the same way as America, the latest description of the new world. He's dressed the same way with the loincloth on. And then we even connected the dot one more time with a modern day sister doing the same thing, and she got a hoop earrings on. You big dummy, you better open your eyes. Blackjack be on one. Blackjack be on one. Y'all got 30-30 vision around here. People be playing with me, and I ain't setting the foundation, acting like I ain't paving the way on a lot of new stuff. You crazy? You think I don't notice? Yeah, I notice everything. I notice everything, my nigga. That's what's wrong with me. I notice too much. That's my problem, right? And then even when we look at our guy here, Montezuma, from the same book, America, the latest description of the new world, we can still connect yet another dot. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, because like, one thing about it, the truth is the truth. And no matter how much people try to lie, and no matter how much they try to call you an African American and try to lie about your history and try to steal your land, the truth just gonna keep spilling from under the rug. You can't keep sweeping the dirt up under the rug thinking somebody ain't gonna notice. You want to keep sweeping it under the rug, huh? Well, we noticing a whole lot of stuff. And the whole lot of stuff we noticing is always us. It's always the naga for some reason. Why are we always noticing ourselves and you telling us we from Africa? We know you're lying. We know you've been editing history, my naga. Because when we look at this picture of Montezuma from the 1700s, from this old ass 300+ year old book, he got a spear in his shield. My, he looked the same as this. Hold on, I messed up. Hold on. Montezuma on that 300-year-old image from America, the latest, greatest. He looking the same. He looking the same as this right here, y'all. Hold on. Let me put it up. Get my computer don't slow me up. All right. He looking the same as this. What in the world? Why didn't it go through? Hold on, wait a minute. Trying to click on this link here. I thought I sent the link through. Hold on, let me do it another way then. Shit. They want to play around. Hold on, let me put it up another way. I hate when they try to mess my flow up when I know what I just did, and then they try to throw your flow off. Let me just put it back up. Hold on. Send it one more time, y'all. Bear with me. We're gonna take our time. Like I say, we got time, man. I don't be in no rush. There be them goofy noggins in the rush. That's why they be missing everything. They be missing everything, then we come back with it. They be like, dang, how did I miss it? Yeah, cause you in a rush, nogga. Slow your monkey ass down sometime. You might not miss some. You know what I'm saying? And you might not be like Blackjack, messing up, sending the wrong link. You know what I'm saying? And gotta send the link on the live show. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Hold on, here you go. All right, yeah, there you go. So we compare Montezuma. Why he look the same as this? Why he look the same? You know what I'm saying? He dressed the same, feathers up. He got the shield on. You know, this the Moorian from the pocket thing over there in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Showing the American Indian with his hoot earrings on, his spear, his feathers. Same thing. Just like, let's go back to it. Yeah, just like Montezuma from, America. The latest description of the New World. He's doing the same thing. He's doing the same thing as Montezuma in the book here. He's doing the same thing as Montezuma in this book. And they gonna try to tell you African. You gotta be goofy. I know you ain't goofy, my naga. I be cracking jokes about who goofy and who not goofy. You know what I'm saying? But I be being sarcastic to let people know how ridiculous it is. It's exactly the same, right? If you think this is different than this, something wrong with you. Ain't nothing wrong with us. Something wrong with you. If you can't see, you very brainwashed and indoctrinated to the highest. If you can't see that this is the same as this, you blinded, my naga. It's sad if you can't see that that's the same. You blinded. You blinded by cultural ignorance, my naga. And it's sad. You can't see that this in modern times is the same as this. They got you again. If you can't see this and this shell band is the same as this, they keep getting you over and over again, over and over again. You looking at a noggin saying Africa. You ain't even realizing what you looking at because you moving too fast. You seeing black, you seeing darkness, right? You ain't even realize he got on the same thing as Montezuma and them. They showing you over and over again, like all the people that's in denial. It's at this point it's funny. Hey, let me see how I can say this. Octoon Rick, Actune Rick. I don't know if I said that right, bro. Forgive me if I ain't say your name right, bro. Salute in the house. I mean, like, it's obvious we looking at the same images, and like this is clearly a nappy-headed Negro right here, man. Like, for anybody to say that this is not a nappy-headed Negro, I'm not only are you a liar, I'm questioning how indoctrinated you really is. You cannot see that is a Negro, so-called Negro. Oh, if you can't see that, you got to be blind. I mean, like, slow down, my naga. Take your time, breathe. All right, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Slow down. Open your eyes. Wipe the crust. I know it's still kind of early. I know a lot of you nagas get up late. Wipe the crust out your eye real quick. And zoom in. Wipe the crust out your eye and zoom in real quick. Tell me what that is. Hit me in the chat. I mean, like, if that dude right there had ran in the liquor store and shot somebody, and you was in there and you saw it, and the police pulled up, and after he gone, they ask you, well, who did it? What you gonna say? What you gonna say? I mean, like, we gotta understand, man. All this lying and stuff, it's irrelevant. All the lies they teaching, all the lies they telling, all the people that standing up lying, talking about they somebody they ain't. You gotta understand. Okay, we gotta stick the images in their face over and over again. They gonna say, well, he's not an African, Black Jack. I know he ain't an African. If you thought you had me, well, Black Jack, he's not a Negro. He just swarthy. Well, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to use to explain it, if that make you sleep well at night, you know what I'm saying, good for you. But me, I'm the type of person that I'm going with truth. You can keep lying over and over again. You can lie. I'm just shaking my head and look at you. I ain't shaking my head like in agreement. I'm shaking my head like this person just gotta lie. Ain't even nothing to lie about no more. Cause I mean, like, everybody's starting to know. And like I said, I know for a fact that the way we do our research over here, I know we've been putting it in the game, even though we barely got 3,000 subscribers. Everybody, see, some people don't like me, y'all. They don't like my style because I be widening. I don't care though. Some people don't like my style. They be mad. They mad because I got feather headdresses and shit. They mad cause I got a spear. Some people don't like me. I be cussing. They be saying I be saying the N word. They be mad cause I got my gold hoop earrings. I be rocking with the with the culture. They be mad. They mad. So they be like, I don't like this knocker. So they be watching my stuff. They don't even subscribe. I don't care though. I don't care. I know the chosen few. But I know that we dent in the game cause we showing everybody where to look, man. And we ain't been doing it longer than everybody else and all this here. But one thing about us, we brought stuff nobody else ain't brought, and we know for a fact we can pull the sources out, the receipts out, and we can count down a list of all the stuff that the House of Cons brought to the game first. We can go down a list, but I don't even got to do that. I know that the way I've been doing it and we've been doing it over here at the House of Cons has been changed the game, because when I do my research the way I've always been doing it, I'm noticing the Google search engine's changing. Check this out, y'all. Your boy Blackjack rubbing off on nagas. I like it though. I'm glad I'm rubbing off on nagas, because that let me know, even though like I be getting discouraged by a low subscriber count, I know that don't mean nothing, because I know even though everybody ain't subscribing, I'm still affecting the game in a major way, just as big as some of the biggest. And I'm gonna show you what I mean. So when you search the black or more Indian and you start going through the image searches, I'm finna show you something. Let me stroll down. When you start, the deeper you guys start strolling down, I'm gonna show you what like some Twitter posts that people putting up, and Pinterest posts people see stuff like this. Y'all know where they get it, right? Y'all know where they get it, right? Yeah. Salute to Terrence Chambers on Facebook. I don't know if he subscribed to my channel, but I know where he getting it from, right? When you're doing what I'm doing, it shows up all the way. You know what I'm saying? I know how effective the research we've been doing is, the comparisons we've been making. I already know what's going on. A lot of people starting to do what we've been doing. These are all new. I done clicked on a bunch of them. I know how recent these is. I know the House of Cons rubbing off on them. You know, this ain't a brag. This just letting me know that what we doing is effective. That what we doing is very effective. It's getting some people in their feelings too. Some people be talking noise. But I know where they get it from. I know where they get it from. I know who connected the dots with the feathers up. So like I say, I'm glad he called it typical African. I'm glad. Like all this. Let's see when he did it. Let's look at the date on it. I'm gonna tell you right now where he got it from. And I ain't mad at the brother. Typical African. I ain't mad at you. But I know where you getting this from though. You know what I'm saying? I know where y'all getting this from. Look, January 2023. Yeah, he been watching House of Cons. He been watching House of Cons. I like it. I'm glad this. I like the fact that people are waking up. People are taking notice. Like I say, it ain't all about a YouTube subscriber count, a YouTube dollar. You could, like, when you know your work, you start to see. Like when I know my work, I see my work, even when other people doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, and it's a good thing. It's a great thing. Cause that mean it's spreading, my naga. That mean it's spreading, my naga. That mean it's becoming common knowledge, my naga. It's spreading. It's spreading, my naga. These images weren't here back in January last year when we was doing the same thing we're doing now. So I know we rubbing off on them. I know we is. Yeah, we ain't the biggest channel. We'll never be that. I say everybody ain't gonna like Blackjack. Cause Blackjack don't pull no punches. Blackjack don't care. Blackjack be roasting everybody. You know what I'm saying? I already know everybody. Some people come over here and turn their nose up. But that's good. Beat it. You know what I'm saying? But I know who been rubbing off on you though. I know who been rubbing off on you. It's all good, my naga. It's all good. Glad you on board now. That naga who talking about the typical African, he gonna change this page to the typical American. Cause you know we talking about editing history. We talking about Negro Day and Lamade. We talking about editing history part 8. The American people, my naga. Y'all support the House of Cons, y'all. Tribe up. cash.app/$House of Cons. It don't matter if it's $1, $2. It don't matter. It don't matter if it's while we live or after the show. Support the content that supports you. Support the content that connect the dots first. You feel me? F with your boy, we the chosen few. Tribe Boy, salute.